For the most part, garage sale season is over, and now it's time to look for your buried treasure somewhere else on your tax return. Here with 8 secret things to do before the end of the year is CFA Navi Dowty. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here. We have a new tax law, and I've been helping wealthy people advise them on their investments and how to save money on their taxes for over 40 years. And I got to tell you, it's a brand new world because the biggest tax change in over 50 years.
Right.
And you have to pay attention or you can lose a lot of money.
And like I said, you have 8 simple things that we could be doing because we're going to be filing pretty soon next year, but we can do something in 2018 to actually make that a little better, right?
You still have a little bit of time.
Okay.
So number 1, get your last year's tax return, take it to your tax professional, have them calculate what would happen to you if you had the same income as last year, but under the new tax rules.
Okay.
And you may be a winner, you may be a loser. You'd be shocked. Most of the people we did that for this year are losers because they lost so many deductions.
Right.
So depending on the answer to that, then you can do some or all of these other things. First one, you may want to double up on your charitable deductions. So you have favorite charity you're sending money to, you could double that up this year and get those deductions right off the bottom line. Also, if you have medical procedures that may be coming up, you may want to try and accelerate those to get those done before the end of the year.
Because you can write them off next year.
Because you can write them off as soon as you file your taxes in the spring.
Excellent.
Next one, next tip. You have to have your retirement account set up by the end of the year. You can do IRAs right up through next April, but if you need more deductions, you have to have and funded your retirement account set up, particularly if you have your own business.
Understood. Up next.
Next, this is one nobody talks about. You can get the tax deductions for the money that your parents are spending on their medical and long-term care. Millions of Americans have parents that are spending money on those things, but the deductions are wasted.
Okay.
And because they don't have enough income to offset how much money they're spending. You can wipe out your taxes in many cases just by doing that.
Good to know. And up next, I see a big stick of dynamite.
Next, lady said, this really blows up my tax return.
Yeah.
Hire your kids to do work in your business. Under the new tax law, everybody gets the first $12,000 tax-free. So, 2 parents, 3 kids, that's 5 times 60, or 5 times 12, that's $60,000 that they don't even have to pay any tax on. And then the next $77,000 is only 10 to 12%. Now, watch this. If you want to really explode your tax return, now take some of that money you paid the kids, put it in a Roth IRA for them. And you just magically made a non-deductible Roth IRA deductible, and it's tax-free for them for the rest of their life.
Excellent. And this next scene is a familiar one around these parts.
It is. So if you need even more deductions, you may want to do a charitable land trust. Charitable land trust is not a very well-known thing, but you can get 3 to 4 times the deduction for how much you put in. So for instance, you put in $50,000, you could write off up to $200,000 on your taxes.
And next, on that topic of exploding.
And lastly, the last.
Okay, that's the next one. Okay, not exploding the city.
I have some more. So, if you have your own business, operate it. Most small businesses are operated just as a sole proprietorship, but they should be operated as LLCs or corporations.
Okay.
You have all kinds of deductions that you can have for that. So make sure that you have your small business operating as a LLC or a C Corp.
Time's ticking. I want to make sure to get through the rest of these. Let's see what you got.
Okay, well, I just had some extra ones.
Okay. That was the 8th tip you had?
That was the 8th tip, but if you want some more, here's a couple more.
Last one.
People are building up huge amounts of money in their retirement accounts, and if it's too much, you have a ticking tax time bomb.
Right.
And so if you really want to blow it up, then
cartoon blow up.
Deal with that.
Well, I think these are very valuable tips. I mean, people are very confused very often about their tax situation, and the fact is that having simple tips like these, experts behind you that know what they're doing, that's the best way to get through it. Navy, pleasure to sit down with you. Thanks for being here. Now, to learn more, you can visit navidowty.com, call 630-893-4142, or email navy@ndowty.com.